I wanted Robert to also speak to before Randy comes back in and weigh in on what are some of the things that we're asking for that we're asking for the wrong things. But Robert, you put out a future on the governor about how he was bragging about his family history in law enforcement.
That's correct. That is correct, and that doesn't draw a lot of attention either during a campaign or just when he's making public appearances. But the reality is, his whole family is law enforcement. His brother is a sheriff, or is a sheriff. I'm sorry. His father was a sheriff. His grandfather was a sheriff. His great grandfather was a sheriff. So, and that is an extensive part of his family's background. And I can just tell you that John Bell Edwards is never, Never, going to do anything that will alienate the Louisiana Sheriff's Association. And the reality is they have controlled state police as well as most other functions in the state when you get down to it. They are an unbelievably powerful association, and any politician who has gotten crossways with them has lived to regret it because their career ends very quickly. And John Bell Edwards, given that his whole family is sheriffs, wouldn't have been inclined to alienate the Sheriff's Association anyway. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons that we have so many problems in this state. And I don't know if the light bulb's ever going to go off, and that, maybe candidates that are endorsed by the Louisiana Sheriff's Association maybe one day won't win. But I just know they have dominated Louisiana politics for a long time.
Well, let me chime in on there. And right now we have Mr. Mark Walters Jr. and Sister Sylvia Backerman and Lampton has chimed in. Thank you for joining us. Let me just say this: this happens across the country because in certain places, whether it be the FOP, the Fraternal Order of Police is representing them as union bargainers or not. This happens across the country that in fact, in my own district, let me just say this, in my own district, 16th district here in Delaware, we elected a former cop to state office. Now, I did run against him, but understand this, and I have a law enforcement background. We're not the same. Believe you me, I was endorsed by every leftist organization out there endorsed me because they said, yeah, but he ain't the same as this guy. There's a reason why, because I believe that you can police right. You can police and serve the community. I have no doubt about it. I've seen it in 21 years, that if you came into my neighborhood or came into my area in the jail, you got to be correct. Muhammad didn't play that. Correctional officer Muhammad didn't play that. You couldn't go up here and beat anybody no, because I got kids and I got stuff, and some of them were my family members. I'm going to tell you that. But that's because I had a particular style of policing, that you give them what they're supposed to get, and you won't have no problems. 99.9 times you won't. That's the difference. We have elected officials that have ties to the police department that don't want to go against them because that's their whole backing. They don't have the community back that's not backing them. It's the money in the FOP or whatever. And Brother Randolph, I know you can speak to that out there in California.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone knows. I tell people all the time, and unions are powerful. But we have to let the unions come out and say that they will represent murderers. So that's what I want them to say. I want them to come out and say, I want unions to come out and put their ass on the line for bad coppers. See, because I don't believe all coppers are bad. I'm like you. I did 30 years. I'm on the police side. We just got to get the bad apples out of policing. But and the governor has people living in his family background, and if he covered up this murder, then shame on him. Shame on their legacy if they were good coppers. Shame on what he did to cover up this murder. I would also like to say that murder has no statute of limitation. And that's for all the coppers that committed murder a long time ago. They can stand by too. Like our California DA is going back, all cop killings because murder has no statute of limitation. And all coppers should be wary of that. I don't care how long it's been. We were back in the 60s and got the Klan. We'll come back and get you.